Chicago Bears marched into Baltimore and marched out with a big L, and nothing about this team today looked very good, except Rome Odunze, who had 7 receptions for 114 yards, but this team has gone through quite a bit lately. 4 wins in a row. You started to feel it, and you knew that everything that they were doing was based on a great run game. So what did they do to celebrate? DeAndre Swift only carried the ball 11 times for 45 yards. How does Coach Ben Johnson justify to himself and to anybody who will listen just abandoning the run game in favor of a passing game that features a quarterback in Caleb Williams who is still learning the process and who is not a game winner? So far, at best, Caleb Williams, with flashes of brilliance, has been a manager of these games. He's not or hasn't shown himself to be that elite thrower that the Chicago Bears really wanted or hoped to see. Now, that doesn't mean that Caleb Williams is not a great player. It means that he's playing good. But the question is, what do the Bears do in this situation? This is very much like a deflating loss to a team that they really had no business losing to. This team was starting a guy that Tyler Huntley, who had barely had any reps all year long, and he just absolutely gashed the Chicago Bears. How do you justify that? How do you walk into the locker room after those 4 wins, after all of that? The best thing that you can say about the Chicago Bears is there's no Jalen Johnson. There's no Tyreek Stevenson. There was no Kyler Gordon. So maybe it's just a matter of the Chicago Bears were just too injured in order to play the game to the best of their ability. But anybody who's saying that is ignoring that the entire offense was healthy. This is not a question of the defense giving up too many points. This is not a question of the defense not being able to stop anybody. We already knew that the Chicago Bears were having those problems to begin with. This is not a strong defensive team. This is a lucky defensive team that takes the ball away quite a bit. And that means that the Bears have an opportunity and could sneak some wins where no wins might exist. And that's what we've seen in that 4-game win streak. We saw a lot of turnovers. We had 0 turnovers by the Chicago Bears defense. And in fact, the ball went in and out of several hands over the course of this event and left us with the possibility that something good could have happened. Let's look at some of the stats and figure it out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So Caleb Williams finished with 285 yards passing, 25 of 38, had an interception, an untimely fourth quarter interception. DeAndre Swift, only 11 carries for 45 yards. The thing that was working so well in this offense for the last couple of weeks was getting the ball into DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai's hands and giving them an opportunity to explode through some holes. And what do the Bears do to celebrate? They stop running the ball. I don't understand how you throw the ball 40 times in a game in which you're only scoring 16 points and the Ravens have scored 30. It's not like we had 11 rushes at halftime even. This game did not get out of hand until the end, and we still didn't see the running game. So I don't know what was going on or what was on the mind of Ben Johnson. Perhaps we're just looking at a glitch in the matrix, if you will, right now, in that perhaps, maybe, just maybe, we're watching a team that's trying to find its way, and maybe Ben Johnson felt like he had found his way and then just kind of lost it in this game. Maybe he needs to work on what is working, and he needs to make what's working work better, and then start to build upon that. I mean, you didn't have a great play action. You didn't have a great game overall from Caleb Williams. He was clearly off just a little bit, although completing 25 of 38. It's not a bad rate. It's not it's not a great rate, but I'll take that out of my quarterback every single time, but I don't want him throwing the ball 38 times. I want him throwing the ball 25 times. and I want 13 more rushes out of my running backs. Like it's not that complicated. It's not that difficult. And we were not behind at any point. So now you have to ask yourself, what exactly is going on in the mind of Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson had an opportunity to walk into Baltimore. He had an opportunity to walk in with Lamar Jackson out to secure a win, make his team 5-2, give the fans that feeling that maybe this time is going to be just a little bit different. And then what did we get? We get the same thing that we always get. We get underperformance in the fourth quarter. We get boneheaded decisions that make absolutely no sense. And we have an undisciplined team that was just rife with penalties at inopportune moments, turnovers at inopportune moments, and just absolutely did not look ready to play at an elite level. For a team that was 1-5, struggling to find a way and was desperate for a win, and we could have walked in there, showed the NFL who the Chicago Bears were, and unfortunately, we did. We showed them exactly who the Chicago Bears were, and it's not a great team. So hopefully we're going to get better. Hopefully this is only one loss. Hopefully we move on. Run off 4 more wins, you end up 8-3. So, I mean, the possibility certainly exists that you're going to get a little bit better along the way. We've said it since the beginning. The Bears probably need 8 to 10 games before they're really going to start to gel, and we're really going to start to see those high-level elite plays. But I'm not feeling it yet. I thought I would feel them getting better over that 4-game win streak, and I like a 4-game win streak, but I also understood they're not doing anything special right now, except the defense is getting a lot of turnovers. Well, you can't defend in the NFL on turnovers, and that's it. You've got to play some good and solid defense. And this could be a testament to the absence of Jalen Johnson, coupled with Tyreek Stevenson. Listen, Nashawn Wright, he ain't that guy. McLeod, he ain't that guy. You're plugging and playing, and you're hoping for the best in this situation. And maybe I am giving too much doubt to the offense right here because the defense was not very good. But hey, that offense didn't score enough points. That offense didn't move the ball down, and it didn't make plays when it needed to make plays. And that is not on Tyreek Stevenson or Jalen Johnson or Kyler Gordon. That is on Ben Johnson in the offense. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm a little bit distraught today by the lack of performance from the Chicago Bears, and I do hope that it gets a whole lot better. All right, we'll talk to you again very soon. Final score, Chicago Bears 16, Baltimore Ravens. Without Lamar Jackson, 30.